Hey guys, welcome back to episode 130, part 2. Let's continue, Max. Let's talk about Ferrari. We've already talked about Fernando Alonso joining the team. Felipe Massa is back on board, mate. I was glad to see him doing the supercar race the other day. He seems pretty fit. And
yeah, I think we're all thrilled about that, mate.
Yeah, how do you think Ferrari's going to go next year, buddy?
Going to be very interesting. You've got Ferrari's darling son in Felipe Massa. And you've got the fiery Spaniard, former double world champion, coming into the fold, and it's going to be very interesting to see the dynamics of this team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But I think Fernando Alonso will fit in very well. I mean,
and if you read the reports, he already has. He's already done, so much more than Kimi. That was
the reading between the lines thing.
Yeah,
that was hilarious when I was reading about that the other day. He spent more time in the Ferrari factory in 2 days than Kimi did in 2 years. Is anyone surprised? Not really. But that's good. He's ingratiating himself with the team, which I think is very important, of course, because it's a family first, and then it's a Formula One team. I think it'll be great. I'm a little bit concerned about Felipe Massa in the sense that Fernando Alonso has the firepower to just destroy this guy's career.
Yeah, he does.
But to all you Massa fans out there, Felipe was under the tutelage of Michael for a while, as we all know. And Felipe has really developed into a fantastic Formula One driver,
yeah,
and a serious title contender.
Yeah, I think that Ferrari probably will win more races next year than they did this year. I think they'll have a stronger year in 2010, and I think Felipe is going to be very, very strong coming back from his injury.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
And I think that Fernando will fit in very well with the team, and he won't have any problems with the Ferrari culture or anything to do with Ferrari. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Ferrari can do next year, mate. I can't wait.
Yeah, likewise. And I'm glad that Alonso didn't go to Ferrari in the 09 season. Not suggesting that there was any opportunity for him to do, but that F60 was a bloody difficult car to drive.
Yeah.
And I think they've learned a lot from this year. I mean, we weren't used to seeing Ferrari just having a really poor year. It's been a while. So I'm glad he didn't start this year, and next year it's onwards and upwards. So an interesting driver pairing, just like Mercedes and McLaren.
All right, man, let's move on to Williams. We've got Nico Hülkenberg, who's in his first season in Formula One, joined by Rubens Barrichello, who's in his last season in Formula One. Just joking, Max. But yeah, we've got a guy who's just starting his career versus a guy who's finishing his career. So it's the classic Frank Williams and Patrick Head. They like to have an experienced driver with a young driver, I think. So it's a good pairing. I don't know much about Nico. I don't know what he's going to do in the car. He could be spectacularly fast, or he could actually, not do so well. I don't know. I know he's got Willy Werder as his manager, Max. So he doesn't. He tends to go with people.
Willy loves his Germans, yeah. Yeah, das ist gut, yeah.
What do you think about the AT&T Williams, mate?
Surprised that Frank and Patrick decided to put Rubens in their seat, to the extent that he's an emotional bugger, and these two have the British mentality of you shut your mouth sort of thing. Yeah. And I think Rubens at some given juncture this year showed his petulance. And that shit won't wash with Frank and Patrick. They've been around the block many times.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit surprised, but in the same sentence, I can understand doing it because they've got a young guy, Nico Hülkenberg, who I firmly believe thoroughly deserves his seat. If you had Nakajima last year, who he's did all right. Hülkenberg, I think, definitely deserves a seat, and it was only going to happen sooner rather than later. Barrichello, to me, solid driver, sure, no doubt about it. Will he fit into the Williams mould? No, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No. And if he starts getting a bit lippy, Frank and Patrick, I'll tell you now, will shit-can the guy big time.
Yeah.
And Rubens just has got to realise that this hot sort of South American blood doesn't really wash with these guys.
There's nothing wrong with being passionate, but I think that
not.
Rubens actually takes it to another level where he almost seems like he's a little bit jaded sometimes. And I definitely think that 2010 will be Rubens' last year in Formula One. And you know, I hope that Nico Hulkenberg does a good job.
And I think he will.
Yeah, so
I
and
think he will.
has a future in Formula One. So I think that Frank's and Patrick and Sam Michael have got a solid driver pairing.
I do too, and it's an interesting driver pairing, but I can understand why they wanted an experienced driver in there, and hopefully Rubens will assist Nico on the other side of the garage.
Having said that, Max, I don't think that Rubens. I don't think that Williams is going to make a big leap this year. I think that their results in 2010 will probably be pretty similar to 2009. They're going to have some good practice times. They're going to have some good qualifying times. But in terms of podiums, race wins, I think they'll be pretty much the same as 2009, which is not much.
Okay, a lot of this, I guess, as you'd all agree, depends on the Cosworth engine.
Yeah, exactly.
So we will see no more Toyota power plants in that car. So they've got Cosy back on board, and as we know, Cosworth are supplying all the new teams that are coming in together with Williams. Just on a side issue, interesting to read the other day, the chief at Cosworth said, contrary to popular belief, that the engines for next year's cars are not going to be up spec 2006 2.4 litre V8s.
They're brand new.
Yeah, they're brand new, which is music to my ears.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, and that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. Bloody oath it should.
Alright, we're running out of time. We'll do one more team before we finish up this video, and it's going to be a quick one because we've got Red Bull. No change in driver lineups there. We've got Vettel and we've got Webber. No surprises there, mate. Vettel did extremely well this year. Webber did not disgrace himself at all, and bring it on for next year, mate.
Vettel did a great job, and the first thing you have to do is beat your teammate, and he beat Mark Webber, and he had a great season. Both of them had a very good season, but hats off to Seb. He led the way with Red Bull, and I think. All in all, a really terrific, fantastic season for Red Bull. They should be very, very proud of themselves.
Yeah, and Seb did also very well with Michael, funnily enough, in the Race of Champions, which we were watching the other day, Max, and it was great to see that. And I agree. I think that Red Bull's going to be very strong next year, and both of them are very quick drivers. Can't wait, Max.
Yep, loving it. All right, guys, we'll be back soon with another couple of videos.
Yeah, we'll keep going through the teams, guys. See you soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye.